Hey YouTube, it's Arrogant Got Jealous, and how many times have you gotten this before? Hey, did you know I'm an atheist? What? You're an atheist? How can you be an atheist? Who do you think created the universe? Huh? What, was it just nothing turned into something? Well, who could it have been if it wasn't God? And you just don't know how to explain. Well, now I'm going to finally give you an explanation as to who finally created the fucking universe. Now, first off, to explain things, I have to tell you that there are two factors that started it all. These two things are called time and space. Now, the thing you need to understand about these two factors is that both time and space are infinite. They do not have a creator, and they do not have an ender. Nothing created them because they are infinite. You cannot control time. No one has to really start it. And the same applies to space. And by the way, when I say space, that actually refers to absolute nothingness. But the thing you need to understand about it is that nothingness is very unstable. How can I prove this to you? Consider this. Let's suppose you were to open a safe and put absolutely nothing in it. Then you were to just leave it there and do nothing to it for over a year. Then you come back to that safe and you notice that somehow dust gathered in it and maybe even some mold. And you wonder, how did this happen? There was nothing in there, but somehow it turned into something. Well, it's basically kind of similar to how space worked. You see, it kind of gathered up into what you could call a giant amount of dust. And that dust became, well, I guess, what's got kind of the, how should I say this? The giant gas cloud that is what we all know as the starter of the Big Bang Theory. It was high gravity and all that stuff. And it wouldn't have possibly happened if it wasn't for time. Now, the thing you need to understand about this is that it was extremely unstable, and eventually it exploded to turn into what we now know as the solar system. And of course, from there, we can basically, the rest is kind of obvious. It's the Big Bang Theory, basically. So there you go. That's how the universe started. It wasn't some god, and it wasn't nothing turned into something. Well, actually, it kind of was. So, in other words, the only two characters you could really call God here are time and space. And the great thing about them is they don't care if you worship them, they don't care if you pray to them, and they don't ask for any sacrifices. In fact, they don't give a rat's ass if you say bad things about them. You can curse them all you want. Or you could be nice about them. They really don't care. They really won't know any differently. In truth, they're not going to do a thing about it. So go on ahead. Worship them if you want, but they don't care. Just don't go killing animals for them, okay? Because that's just barbaric and stupid. So there you go. Time and space were the creators of the universe, and they are the ones who may very well end it one day. Who knows? So there you go. And of course, if this theory is proven wrong, I will admit that it might be flawed. Who knows what we'll find out in the future, but that's what I am going to tell you is what created it. How do I know? It's simple. Faith. Just kidding. How I really know is science. Scientific evidence. I don't have some ancient book like the Bible to tell me that's true. All I have is scientific evidence and maybe a few modern textbooks that might help it and suggest it. But that's all I really need, is scientific evidence and theory. It's not a fact that this is the truth, it's just a theory, and a very likely one. So there you go, that's who created the universe. Later.